Karina, and Paquito. Every single one of these heroes, if you're too immobile, you will get bursted, but Bangladesh will try and, risk it going for that Eve pick. The IMU, as we mentioned, can be still used as well. So the early game, I think, will be so critical in deciding how effective this Eve will be for Bangladesh, because on the back foot, Eve is a bit vulnerable.
Yeah,
Yep,
it is.
that's why from Bhutan, early game is strong, but on the middle to late game is strong too because they have Melissa too. And
Agree.
of course, Paquito on the middle to late game from the
Paquito.
knockout strike, jab, heavy left punch. It's already burst damage to take down one hero at least.
So who will take this fifth game? Is it gonna be Bhutan or is it gonna be Bangladesh? Everyone, please show your support for Bhutan and Bangladesh in the comment section below, because we will just jump into the last game of the first match here between Bangladesh versus Bhutan on the fifth game of Bali 14 World Esports Championship 2023.
Well, early on, we can already see the difference here, right? Very calculated plays coming in from both these teams, and a pause actually gets called out here. So, we'll have to see what exactly is the main issue. More time for both these teams to discuss how exactly do they want to go about this, right? Because for Bangladesh and Bhutan, depending on where they put their efforts and their manpower to, they can get some snowball going on. It depends if the gold lane or the EXP lane is a priority, because usually we see that it's usually the gold lane, because in the current meta, the gold lane is just so critical, man. The main source of DPS in that mid to late game.
I do agree with that one. I mean, like gold laner, if we know that actually we can bully the gold laner in the early game, I mean, like we have the higher chance to win, because the gold laner will be the one who carry the game for the late game later on. But mid laner is also having a very huge aspect here. If the mid laner, just like the the third game, we mentioned like actually the clan unable to do much in the third game. We know that actually how he's being bullied, but we know that how the Sicilian, if I'm not mistaken, is the one that carried the game so hard and actually winning the game for them. And it's actually, it's the Lunox who is actually carrying the game a lot.
With the burst damage, with the quote-unquote DPS. It's just so much burst, it looks like DPS almost.
Yeah. So yeah, it's actually things like that is the one who brought things. So it depends on like gold lane and also mid laner. If they are having a very strong things, it's gonna really matter for them.
Yeah, and now we are back to land of down game with the Hercules is trying to play aggressively, trying to disturbing like for the Ryus and Karina to make sure he didn't farm very well.
Right, the Wiz in the early game here will do a lot of damage, but of course Hercules, he's used to a lot more of these engaged heroes. On a Matilda, will he find the same kind of success? Already pressuring here from the side of Bangladesh. The Clint pick, as we mentioned, is a bully pick, and with the Matilda, that's double the trouble. But of course, once it gets to level 4, there's a lot more risk of them getting comboed by the composition from Bhutan.
But we are seeing the top lane right off the perfect match connect to the Matilda and try to give some damage. The Melissa is also having a very, very good movement right there. Well, we see that actually in the first, the early game, it's not too aggressive. Unless it's the one last sack that is jumping to the jungle of the side of Bangladesh. So they want to play aggressively on the side of the Karina. But I feel like right now, Bhutan need to play more aggressively compared to the
Yeah, because he have Karina to make it like a snowballing play style. Even the Baxia having hard time right now to be got eaten by the Shadow Salt. And even Hercules trying to break up, but now 2 heroes is more than enough to bring Bangladesh if they are bravely playing, like aggressively playing to try to pressure Bhutan. They can be punished with the movement from Bhutan.
Exactly. Bhutan has a lot more aggression possible. And as you mentioned, level 4 combos available soon enough. The turtle though will be taken purely off the back of the wave pressure coming in from the side of Bhutan. That is already a small victory, but of course the game has only just begun. We are only 2 minutes in.
Yeah, 2 minutes in, so everything still can happen right now inside of the Land of Dawn. But right now we are seeing like more, I can say like more cautious about things that they need to do. They are more careful over the movement that they will try to give to the side of the opponent. But the gold above apparently being stolen by this Melissa from the side of Bhutan.
Great play by ZXCR for sure. He will need any kind of gold he can get there because he's being absolutely bullied here. Matilda and Clint, not a very fun combo to go up against. And Strife, I think it's gonna be, he has a big role to play in the early game by how far and how often he can roam and maybe get dives or kills with the real manipulation. But a Wizard being jumped on by the Paquito. And it's still very, very slow in the early game.
I mean, yeah, it is definitely. But yeah, I do like how Strife tried to bring the mystery shop inside of the magic warship because he wants to have more upper hand inside of the item so he can give more damage to the side of Bhutan because he knows that actually in the terms of AXP, definitely Valentina will be on the higher level compared to the Bangladesh side. So yeah, I feel like Bhutan right now is trying so hard to have the advantage over the movement that they can try to get inside of the land down.
Yep, and the difference is when IMU is pop up right now, to copy reward manipulation, the difference is Valentina didn't get more stacks like the Yip do. And now on the mid lane like Hercules, with Matilda on the side of Bangladesh, it can bring up more mobility to bring pressure to Bhutan.
Yeah.
The issue right here is there's no Franco to be that X factor for instead of Bhutan. So they're having issues engaging, and later on it will be in the hands of Ryus to try and make that play happen. But of course, it's not nearly as dynamic as an Iron Hook or any other engage tool. It's very much a teamfight centric ultimate, and Bangladesh know that. They're trying to make sure they keep their distance, and they are pressuring again, trying to use their heroes to its maximum potential. And they
Battling is going to block out the reward manipulation, two reward manipulation at the same time as Quit. And Zeus is taken down. Isas is cannot stand alone very well, and Quit with the last bar, double kill is got by one last sec.
Oh!
Look at the Dendo. He's trying to dive in the outer middle tower to get the kill.
Oh my god, Dando is playing with really dope, jumping in and trying to focus. It's counted as wipeout actually because it's 5 members down inside of Bangladesh side and Bhutan taking all of the advantage. I don't know why they are keep upgrading. They keep like stepping up their game. They know what they need to do and they are actually reading all of the movement coming from Bangladesh.
I wonder if it's just them feeling the pressure and like taking it more seriously, because we see that they're taking less 50-50s, and right now, having that Paquito, this might be a secret pick they've been saving, because you can see that Dendo is just doing so much better on it. He's still having the lane pressure as far as pushing goes, and he can roam and actually be a huge X factor in that mid lane as well. So for Bhutan, things are smooth sailing, but of course they're only 2k gold ahead. They will try and increase that lead later on with their team fight advantage when it comes down to it.
Yep. But in the mid lane, we are seeing that actually real world manipulation being open. Try to push back the players coming from Bangladesh here. Because you know the Valentina will be always focused with the IMU to get over the real world manipulation because they have the Atlas. So with that real world manipulation, it's gonna help much for them. But you know, actually the position of the Yip and also Valentina will be mattered later on inside of the big team fight. But actually jumping with the Shield Unity, going to the top lane, perfect match as well, not getting anyone from the side of Bangladesh. I think they will try to disengage at this rate. They are not going to be focusing and forcing the war when they know it's not going to be advantage for them.
Seems like both teams are just going to wait for the objective to come up. And right here, yet another pause has been called out. Of course, this is a very important match. It is a very important game because it will decide the winner of the match. So, ladies and gentlemen, we just have to be patient.
That's true. You know, so, before we're jumping to the game again, I want to remind everyone at home that you can get your ticket for Bali 14 World Esports Championship 2022 in Bali later on December 2nd to 11 December 2022. Mark your dates, get your flight, go get the ticket directly to the www.garudaku.com/ticket. You can get a ticket directly. You can use the any kind of payment method right there, and you can get ticket as well in the venue later on.
Yep.
Because it's on the Merisaka Hotel in Bali.
So you can book the flight too. You can book for your stay. Is it a hotel or even a villa? Because Bali is famous with his villa.
Bali is a great place, so you have all the options available, and you know you can pick your poison. What do you want to go for here? Because there's a lot, if you want to play the game, if you want to join the workshop, there's so much
That's
for you to
true.
just participate in. You don't have to be that hardcore of a esports enthusiast to get value out of this event.
That's
it's a
true.
festival, as
It's a festival.
Bella mentioned.
Yeah, we have tons of things, tons of activity. We have the tournament, which is the Bali 14 World Esports Championship. We have the Esports and Gaming Exhibition, along with the Esports and Gaming Festival, F&B Festival. We will be going for the F&B one, right?
Oh, for
Of
absolutely.
course.
Okay, okay. And also esports workshop. So if you want to know more about esports or what is the career inside of that one, you can join them. So tons of activities, but also the uniqueness of this event is just like so crazy. I mean, like, this is the first ever we are having esports festival next to the beach.
So, take a moment. Close your eyes. Imagine it. Enjoy the beauty of the beach. Enjoy the esports festival
Ooh.
with a lot of foods, with a lot of
Good music as well.
beautiful. Yeah. So come. We will wait for you at Bali later.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Book your flight right now.
I heard the environment will be, I don't know, very festival-like, right? A big stage, it's
Yep.
outdoors, and you'll be there in the crowd, right? Enjoying the weather of
Cheering
Bali.
together.
And cheering together for the team up on stage. I think it's a very cool experience, and it's very unique. I don't think we've ever seen anything like it.
With
I
light stick or
personally
not?
hasn't.
Cheering with like stick or not?
At night,
Like stick.
in the morning.
No, at night,
At night, I
definitely.
guess.
At night, I mean.
At night, definitely.
I've never been to anything like that, so I think it's very cool.
It is, because we have 6 games and 7 competition for this one. We have Tekken 7, Dota 2, Mobile Legends, Bang Bang, PUBG Mobile, eFootball, and also CSGO for women as well, which is going to be crazy because they are competing $500,000 US. I want that for sure.
You want that?
I want that 500,000.
Same.
So you will be the player of the women's CS:GO.
I'm not that pro. I'm just going to be the caster. Please
Bella
hire me for the
CS:GO
caster.
debut coming up.
No, you know what? If I'm the player, I will be like feeding all the time.
Feeding all the time.
Feeding. all
Feeding
the-
feet to win.
Oh.
Is this a
Oh.
big brain maneuver?
Oh, it's a possibility. I will just, okay. I will distract the opponent.
Stick around and find out, ladies and gentlemen. But yeah, back to this game right now. It seems like Bangladesh is doing a lot better, but at the same time, this game is so painfully slow. We've
Yeah.
seen that in the previous games, one team has an advantage and they're pushing the tempo in the early game, and the other team is stuck surviving until, of course, they get their own advantage and their own momentum. But in this game, I guess it is the final game, so both teams are playing very, very carefully. Despite the fact that there's a Baxia, there's a Paquito, you really expect a lot more aggression coming in the first 10 minutes.
But it's not been shown yet. I think like they're back again. They want to be careful. They want to be cautious about what they want to do for this one. They don't want to do mistakes, just like what they did in the several games that is already happened. So yeah, they really count for every single movement that they want to do inside of the line of down. So basically, even though that they are having a very strong lineup that is coming from them, they're just gonna be take it slowly, try to control every movement.
Because I was a coach from an esports team before, and just as sharing my humble opinion, like the final game is always like the biggest pressure from all the game
Mentally,
mentally.
of course.
Because I need to be more careful. I need to like thinking like what is the best option. Because like for example for this match, they already have 4 games before. They already read a lot of things about their opponents. Now is the time, like the final time. There is no like additional life for them if they make a mistakes.
It is.
This is also, though, the perfect time to pull out like mind games, right?
Yeah.
There's been 4 games where your opponent has gotten used to your movements. If you do something completely different in the final game, that is absolutely going to throw them off.
Then take out the pocket strategy, right?
Pocket strategy, I don't know, lane swaps, or just switching up how you play, right? And maybe that's exactly what's going on. Bhutan usually playing super aggressive, so Bangladesh is respecting that, trying to play careful, but turns out they're just taking it slow.
Yeah, they counter-initiate actually. Bangladesh tried to open up the war before, but Bhutan was like, okay, hold up, we can do it. And they are actually getting a wipe out basically by 5 kills on the head of Bhutan. But we are back to the game here. And look at that one. This is only 6 minutes, but the mid lane turret is only 1 blow away to be taken down inside of Bhutan's hand. But yeah, right now the turtle is on the hand of Bhutan, but on the other side we are seeing that actually the Melissa is taken down and they are going to be focused to get over the purple buff on the side of Bangladesh. Even though that we are seeing that actually the turret is being taken about. Strive almost get caught here by Dome, but the real world manipulation and also with the flicker trying to run away, but the quick draw able to get one kill right here. Bhutan need to get back as soon as possible after taking one turret in the mid lane.
Overall, it comes even, huh? Both teams lost their gold laners. I guess Bhutan got the purple buff on top of the tower as well. It's still pretty even, but Bhutan comes out slightly on top, and now they know they can't stick around too long after making a play because Bangladesh, they're gonna send their members to try and collapse onto the people overstaying and just not respecting the potential from Bangladesh.
Yep. Because right now, like, they need to make Isas very, very bad to make a burst damage with his girl. Even one last sec. You need to be careful to aim Isas very well because Isas will hiding in the back line, waiting for the moment to give a very, very big burst damage.
Will that happen soon though, because it's actually right now circling Eagle to the front and aiming for the player of Bhutan. It will be fatally open, but the real world manipulation counter by another real world manipulation coming from Valentina. But the damage that is coming from Bangladesh is pretty huge to take two down and even 3 members down from the side of Bhutan. Bangladesh back to their feet. They want to aim for more. Wow, the Paquito is actually taking one turret in the bottom lane.
The revenge team fight is very, very good from Bangladesh because they can easily to get more outer middle turret again. And look at the items, Arashi.
Alright, you can see that the Genius one is completed for the Valentina. It's gonna ramp up the damage quite a bit, but on the other hand, Enchanted Power Isis 1 will allow Strife to actually be such a problem for Bhutan because they have limited engage. Once the Fatal Links is no longer available, they have to force through that real-world manipulation and the slow coming in from the Ice Queens 1. I think it's a very smart item choice for Bangladesh, and they are getting the advantage here as Strife, as you mentioned, gets jumped on.
But the gold on the hand of Flynn is just like so huge. He is able to not doing anything, and we are saying actually right now battling focus on one member. Reward manipulation on the hand of Strife here, but one last second we'll try to run away as soon as possible, but it's not gonna happen for too long because one last second will be grown up by the player from Bangladesh. I think they are now playing with what they are doing just like the first game.
ZXCR and Perfect doesn't enough to make a contest for the lower team itself, so it's gonna be a reload for Bangladesh. They need to like manage the minion very well because if they can do it, look at the drop from Bhutan. They don't have a very strong heroes to clear the minions so fast. Arashi. So if they can do it very well, they can get the base turret, at least one base turret.
That's true. But we're seeing here the damage that is given by the side of Bhutan is not enough yet. Is it because they are lacking in terms of item or because of the initiation that they've been brought by Bangladesh? The Lord is marching to the top place, they're throwing Eagle, and they will be able to take that Paquito down.
A very high tempo pace coming in from the side of Bangladesh. Instead of the high ground possibility, everyone is still up and they are chunking down the members of Bhutan, forcing them back into their own base. And right now they are gunning for the power. Fatal Link is being popped up by the Atlas. Ruin Manipulation is up as well, and that will be Bhutan actually falling into shambles. Bangladesh gets the advantage, but they don't get the power just yet. And now you can see one member stuck in the base, but they will be able to escape no problem at all.
Yeah, no problem at all. The real manipulation is not being stolen yet by the side of this Valentina. Even Bangladesh want to play more early defense. They want to end the game, but look at that one. The jab is there and giving the damage that is enough to shut down the player from the side of Bangladesh. But the real world manipulation just being open to push back the players from Bangladesh. They are not taking anything actually. Not even trying to push them back because actually they are retreating after seeing Strife being picked up.
At least they get one base turret. Like I said before, if they manage to minion very well, like the top base turret is already destroyed. So Bangladesh have more advantage from one laning super minion.
I think it's very important for them to stay in control, especially when it comes down to the vision game, right? Because for Bhutan, they have a lot more burst damage. Bangladesh have damage for sure, but it's Clint, it's Yeeve, it does not come out very fast. Even the Baxia does very DPS-like damage. So if they can actually get vision, if they can be in control, they won't get caught out off guard, because of course, as we can see, a well-timed Fatal Links can actually turn the course of the game. As now Hercules getting jumped on, and he is going to flicker preemptively. That's really respecting the potential damage coming in from Bhutan.
It is.
Because maybe he is afraid of the potential of burst damage from Paquito, right? To knock out strike, the Jet, it's still wait for... He need to wait for 120 seconds to make the flickers on again, so he can maybe dive in or even disengage from the Bhutan when the team fights happens. But now, like Rius is trying to use the perfect match to get in the formation of Bangladesh, but Bangladesh is still playing carefully, playing patiently, so they don't like make the same mistakes like the game 3 or 4.
Yeah. I think right now Bangladesh need to make a really good barrier for the rest of the player of Bhutan to not be able to cross the river and get close to the Lord side. But you know they're missing one ambush on the other side when we know that actually it's being reset. But the Atlas is being caught up here. The Circling Eagle is already being opened. They really need to run away. Wizard, why is going to that direction? He wants to jump out into that Melissa. But turns out this Melissa is prepared. Thunderclap, it's ready. Melissa is going to be down on the hand of Strife right there. And not only that, because they are aiming more real world manipulation. They run away, they flicker, but unstoppable for this Isos. And double kill even with the quick draw. And the Circling Eagle get one last sack. Aiming for what? Because he is going to the wrong direction. Triple kill, 4-member stun from the side of Bhutan.
Oh, it's gotta be disaster because the minion
Should
wave
they go
is
for the Lord?
coming from the top
They
lane.
can go for the end.
And only for the dome itself, trying to cover the base. Even like the knockout strike didn't do anything much, and the base is getting hit by the Bangladesh. And now River Sweep is only 3.
It's a very sweet dream for the side of Bhutan. Unfortunately, Bangladesh, they shape up in the final game, and they will be the ones who succeed in the first match of today.
Yeah.
Wow.
Isos back again as an MVP here with that. You know